Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Today English News, where the President of Republic of Rwanda, His Excellency Paul Kagame, received the oath of the office from the newly appointed government officers. And also, the Minister of Local Government, Dominique Habimana, has assured Rwanda that the persistent issues in service delivery across the country will soon be addressed as a part of new measures aimed at bringing governments closer to the people. And on Thursday, October 23rd, the Rwanda National Police received a delegation of 9 officers from Eswatini at its headquarters in Kacyiru, who are now official working visit to Rwanda. So, outside of the country, we have Suhuru Hassan, sworn in as the president of Tanzania in a foreign contest. So let's start from Rwanda, where the President of the Republic of Rwanda, His Excellency Paul Kagame, received the oaths of office from the newly appointed government officers. We are going to hear this from Patrick Anwari.
On Friday, July 25, 2025, during a ceremony held at the Parliament building, President Paul Kagame received the oath from the newly appointed government officer. In his speech, President Kagame expressed his gratitude to the outgoing government for their dedication and effort in serving the country, stating that Rwanda is proud of the strength and the commitment they showed in serving its citizens. He went on to urge the new government members to build upon the foundation laid by the procedures, emphasizes that Rwanda and its people need renewed energy to continue the country's development. He also says that they must not work for personal interest, but in serving to the people of Rwanda. Among new government members are Dr. Transform Ndabamenye, appointed Minister of State in charge of Agriculture and Livestock, and Jean Dode Uwimanganye, appointed as Minister of State in charge of Infrastructure. Other newly appointed ministers include Dr. Justin Nsengiyumva, who was named Prime Minister, replacing Dr. Edward Ngirente, who had served in the role of 8 years since 2017, and Dominique Habimana, appointed as Minister of Local Governments.
Thursday, October 23rd, the Rwanda National Police received a delegation of 9 officers from Eswatini at its headquarters to Kacyiru, who are now official visit to Rwanda. Let's hear this from Kagine Umutesi. Today, October 23rd, the Rwanda National Police received a delegation of 9 officers from Eswatini at its headquarters in Kacyiru, who are now official working visit to Rwanda. The delegation, led by Gideon Mlongo, Director General of Eswatini National Road Authority, was welcomed on behalf of Rwanda National Police by Commissioner of Police CP George Ramanzi, Commissioner for Operation and Public Order. CP Ramanzi welcomed the visitors and thanked them for choosing to visit Rwanda and specifically the Rwanda National Police. He then shared insight on the strategies and process made in road safety management in Rwanda. He explained that road safety efforts focused on awareness campaign, community engagement, partnerships, and the use of technology. He emphasized that when citizens understand the role in road safety, it greatly accelerates the implementation of road safety measures. In their discussions, they also touched on the advantages of technology used by different police departments in managing road safety, conducting driving tests, issuing driver's licenses, and vehicle inspection for roadworthiness. Mr. Mlongo said the purpose of the visit was to learn about how the Rwanda National Police ensure road safety. He emphasized and expressed appreciation for the progress made and praised the use of technology in preventing accidents and enhancing safety. Following the meeting, the delegation toured various departments of Rwanda National Police, including the Traffic Police Department (TRS), the Command and Control Center (CCC), the Automobile Inspection Center (AI), and the Testing and Licensing Department (TL) to better understand the service provided. Thank you. In a rock launches a campaign to improve services delivery, where Shimga Krisha have a look on that. So let's hear this from him.
Minalonki launch company to improve service delivery. The Minister of Local Government, Dominic Habimana, he assured Rwanda that the persistent issue in service delivery across the country will soon be addressed as a part of a new measure aimed at bringing governance close to the people. He made this announcement on November 2, 2025 at the closing of 4 days retreat held at the Rwanda Defense Force Command and Staff College in Gaku. The retreat brought together governors of all provinces and district mayors, discussed citizen-centered governance focused on supporting development and eradicating extreme poverty. Minister Habimana said, the planned change will be implemented under the second phase of Rwanda National Strategy for Transformation (NST2), which ran for 5 years and feed into the country's long-term vision. He said improving service delivery aligned with our broader national vision for the next 25 years toward 2050, but more immediately it begins with the goals we committed to under NST2. This comes after the annual Rwanda Governance Scorecard by the Rwanda Government's Board (RGB) showed that the score for improving citizen welfare and employment stand at 64.69%. The key resolution from the retreat include improving transparency and accountability in service delivery based on established performance indicators, better coordinating among institutions, prioritizing citizen engagement and problem solving.
Rwanda is said to start sending lawyers to China. Wineza have looked on this. So let's hear from her about this news.
Rwanda is going to start sending lawyers to China. IGN News. The Embassy of Rwanda in China has announced that it's going to sign an agreement to facilitate avocado farmers to send these fruits to China after finding that Rwanda products are popular in Asian countries. It was announced on November 4th after Rwanda announced that for the 8th time it is going to participate in the China International Import-Export, which will be held in Shanghai, China. This event will start on November 5th, 2025 and will end on 10th. It will highlight the products of coffee, tea, honey, pepper, macadamia, and other exports to China. The announcement released to Embassy of Rwanda in China continues that Rwanda is going to sign an agreement to start exporting avocado products to China in order to give the Chinese people a variety of options for Rwandan products. The embassy points out that CI gives Rwanda the opportunity to show its potential at various sectors such as business, investment, tourism, cultural development, and other things that show how the country continues to develop. CI also comes at a time when Rwanda is continuing to develop its cooperation with China in trade through various means such as the Council of China and Africa Heads of States as FOCAC, the Build and Load Initiative (BRI). Currently, Rwanda coffee and its pepper have taken the front seat in China are beloved for its aroma. This has the trade between Rwanda and China in terms of why Rwanda sends there from various of 35 million in 2019 to 160.6 million in 2014, which is an increase of 358.86%. Currently, China is among the first countries in terms of direct foreign investment in Rwanda. In 2014, it will reach in 460 million in the Chinese investment in a variety of sectors including construction, agri-food processing, mining and more. Ambassador of Rwanda to China James Chimonyo said that CHE has become a useful platform of Rwanda entrepreneurs, especially young people and women. He said he made them reach the Chinese market. In the past fair, Rwanda products such as coffee, tea and honey have strengthened strong business partnership, contributing to income generation and job creation. When the Chinese use Rwandan coffee or honey, they are developing families and entrepreneurs in their rural areas. Rwanda is going to start exporting avocados to China as it continues to develop this crop. As for now, in 2024, it was announced that in the next 3 years, more than 750 avocado trees will be planted in Rwanda, which are expected to employ more 9,000 young people are developed the country. Rwanda lawyers are popular in Europe and Asia to a high degree because from July 2023 to April 2024, Rwanda sent 3,546,47 pounds of royals to the countries of the Middle East to 85,364 pounds where they sent the Europe while
So let's on to sport, where Krisha Shimga have something to tell about Lamine Yamal and Nicole. Let's hear it from him.
Lamine Yamal, FC Barcelona player and the Spanish national team footballer, confirmed his breakup with Argentina singer Nicole during an interview with the Spanish media. Lamine Yamal said, "We are no longer together. We both chose to go our separate ways. Everything Elisa being said is just gossip and has nothing to do with our relationship." This statement comes after days of speculation on social media suggesting a problem between the two, including rumors that Yamal had been involved with another girl during a trip to Milan, a claim be strongly denied. Nicole did not publicly respond to the rumors, but has not contested Lamines' statement. The two had gone public with their relationship in August after meeting during Yamal's birthday celebration in July. Despite the end of their romantic relationship, both have expressed mutual respect and continued support to one another in their personal life.
Let's run to international news, where Suluhu Hassan sworn in as the president of Tanzania as a following protest. Anwar Patrick have looked on that.
This 29th October 2025, Samia Suluhu Hassan was once and a president of Tanzania after several days of protests in the major cities across the country. Denouncing the October 29th, 2025 election, the inauguration ceremony took place at a military facility in Dodoma on November with limited attendance mainly composed of government officials and foreign representatives in the effort to ensure maximum security. 4 heads of state attend the events: President Evariste Ndayishimiye of Burundi, Hassan Sheikh Mohamud of Somalia, Hakainde Hichilema of Zambia, and Daniel Chapo of Mozambique. After taking the oath, President Samia said that protesters had threatened national security and emphasized that dialogue was the best way to address the issue at hand, she said that she urged her fellow citizens to uphold peace and calm. As mother, she strongly warned those inciting violence and unrest. Let us understand what violence test our strength and resilience, and that dialogue brings unity and understanding. She thanked international organizations that deployed election observed in Tanzania and appreciated the message they sent. President Samia initially assumed office in March 2021 after the death of President John Pombe Magufuli, who had just begun his second term. On November the 1st, the Electoral Commission announced that President Samia has won with 97.66% of the vote, defeating 16 other candidates.
Son who sued a parent must stay at Ghana boarding school. Judge rules where winners have looked on that.
Son who sued parents must stay at Ghana boarding school. Judge rules. A 14-year-old British boy who took his parents to court after they sent him to a boarding school in Africa must remain there until at least the end of his GCSE, a High Court judge has ruled. The boy, who cannot be named for legal reasons, was taken to Ghana in March 2024 after being told he was visiting a sick relative. In fact, his parents wanted to move there after concern about his behavior in London, including absence from school, having unexplained money and care or knife. Court papers said the boy denies being part of a gang or carrying a weapon. Judge ruled on Monday the boy should remain in Ghana and prepare to return after completing the equivalent of GCSE. After saying he was unhappy and homesick in Ghana, the boy found public-funded lawyers and brought a case against his parents to the High Court in London in February. He lost his first bid to return when a High Court judge ruled he was at risk of suffering greater harm in returning to the UK. Then, then in June, he won a Court of Appeal bid to have the case reheard after the most senior judge in family division, Sir Andrew McFlynn, said there had been confusion in previous decisions. On Tuesday, the High Court handed down its judgment, which ruled against the boy's wishes, citing on description, including to his schoolwork or to go his family life. Judge Mr. Justice this said, I'm accurately aware that the conclusion I have reached does not accord with these wishes and how it will feel for him. He has the talent, ability, and intelligence to make his work together with his family. It will be difficult, but they all have the common aim to him, to return to live with his family. The boy, who is near 15 and has British and Ghanaian citizenship, remains in school in Ghana and is studying for GCSE. He previously told the court that he was living in hell as was desperate to return to the UK. He described feeling like alien in Ghana and being abandoned by his family. He does not speak Twi and say he has struggled to make friends and feel socially anxious. The boy welcomes the judge's decision to set out a clear roadmap of his return to the UK, said the Cecil James Neto of the International Family Law Group. Mr. Neto described the case as extremely difficult on every level. He said the boy never wanted to be in a position where he was obliged to bring court proceedings against his own parents, but their action left him with no meaningful alternative. His opposition remained unchanged. He wants to return home. Mr. Neto added the boy's mother said she would not be able to care for him if he returned to UK before the GCS were over. He said, "It's really hard to be aware for him. I feared and continue to fear if he were to come back now, that he could end up dead. I know he does not see it like that." Handing down her judgment, Mr. Justice explained that the boy should remain living in Ghana with the aim of setting out a roadmap and taking the necessary steps for him to return here after completing the GCSE. She said whether that would take place will need to be reviewed near the roadmap includes taking part of the family therapy funded by their local authority. San Luce's case against parents over move to Africa.
Europe warned of a hybrid war as a drone incursions escalate, where Karine Umustesi has looked on at that. Yeah, European warned of a hybrid war as a drone incursion escalate. Copenhagen in Denmark, Europe is in the middle of hybrid war waged by Russia, and the continent must arm itself. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen warned on Wednesday as she hosted a summit of European Union leaders in Copenhagen, of course. He said, "I hope that everybody recognizes now that there is a hybrid war, and one day it's Poland, the other day is Denmark, and next day it will probably be somewhere else that we see drones flying, or we see drones flying." The summit comes after a spate of troubling at a Danish airport at a military base over the last week. Ahead of meeting, a special weather system was set up at a Copenhagen airport to help to keep watch. Unidentified drones forced the closure of the airfield a week ago, causing major disruptions. France, Germany, Netherlands, Sweden, and the UK also sent aircraft, ships, and air defense systems to Denmark ahead of the talks. Ukraine's armed forces have dispatched a mission to the Nordic country for joint exercise. While the Danish authorities have not identified those believed to be responsible, Frederick said, "There is only one country that is willing to be threatened us, and is Russia, and therefore we need a very strong answer back." He said, "I want us to learn. I want us to buy more capabilities. I want us to innovate more. For example, on drugs." He said, "When I look at the Europe today, I think we are in the most difficult and dangerous situation since the end of the Second World War." Russia was focus of Wednesday's summit, where discussions centered on how to prepare Europe to fend off the Russian aggression by 2030, especially as the United States turns into focus on security or concerning Asia and elsewhere. Thank you so much for listening to this English news, and I'd like to thank everyone who participated in this news, and also my equipe techniques who helped me to produce this news. So I'm Kalina Umutesi, who was the presenter of this news. Thank you so much for listening. See you.